Yo, what's up guys? Bill here, Classic Rock and Metal Review. I'm gonna just have a little fun, do this episode practically in the damn dark. So let's just do it under the warm glow of the holiday lights, the Christmas tree, fireplace is crackling and hot as hell. Man, I'm back. What can I say? I've been down for the count last 4 days, I think. The best of 23 series will continue. Right now, favorite 20 rock videos of 2023 for me. Sorry, you guys are going to have to put up with a little glare from the specs. I don't like being blind, trying to read notes. It's bad enough as it is. So this encompasses both commercially available and bootleg videos. Any kind of rock video kind of caught my eye. There's one video collection in here. It's mostly concerts. I think there's one documentary also. Guys, I plan to do a bunch of videos, you know, for the holidays and all. But man, I think David Crosby said it best. Must because I had the flu for Christmas. And I'm not feeling up to par. That's pretty much how it went. I haven't had a drink since Christmas Eve. I can't believe today's the 28th. So, man, shit. Anyway, this is it. My first drink in 4 days. Definitely better now. Most of the way better. Man, that was rough. All right, what else do I got to tell you? Anything? See what I can do. I'm going to try to get up a video a day for at least the next 5 or 6 days. Starting with this one. Let's just get right into it. Favorite rock videos of the year for me. I think for the most part, most of these were new to me. A couple I might have had and they were just video upgrades, kind of got them back, what have you. Let's go through the list, see what's up. Coming in at number 20, Ronnie James Dio, Video Collection. 1980 to 2009. This actually came as a bonus to one of the concert videos that I got back there. I'm not sure if it was Live at the Spectrum or the Live in Holland 1983. DVD-R. And man, it was just really kind of fun watching this thing all the way through. 19 different videos, starting with Sabbath, obviously, in 80. And then rolling all the way to Heaven and Hell, Bible Black. What a bunch of cool videos there that, you know, I basically stopped listening to him in like 86. So all that 87, 89 stuff, 90 stuff that's in here was pretty much new material to me, believe it or not. And I kind of really liked that stuff. I was expecting the worst. And no, it's not his best material, but it was really kind of fun watching the videos to songs I never even heard. So, got a kick out of this one, surprisingly, and it took me a year or two to get to it. But as you guys know, that's how I tend to roll. Stock stuff up. Who knows when I'm in the mood for it? At least it's there at the ready when I am. Ronnie James Dio at 20. Number 19, I just got this one earlier this year. The Rolling Stones, live at the Wiltern Theater in Los Angeles, 2002. So I think this is the Licks tour, right? BBC broadcast New Editions, the full name of this one. So obviously there was another one out there. Only disappointing thing, some bonus tracks on there that I was looking forward to. Can't You Hear Me Knocking? And what's the other one? Jumpin' Jack Flash. I was really just looking forward to Can't You Hear Me Knocking. But it was audio only bonus tracks, which I didn't remember reading that when I bought this. But still a cool pickup. You know, nice full case job. DVD-R, but a cool little show. I don't know, it's 15, 16 songs, something like that. And there is a couple choice rarities in with that set list. No Expectations is cool. And they don't really do it like the record, but it was still good. Live With Me was really good. Stray Cat Blues was cool. Kind of forgot how great that song was. Anyway, I'm really happy with that one. The Stones, 2002. Number 18, Steely Dan, Sugar Tooth Finals, the name of this DVD-R. We're in St. Louis, Missouri, 2006. I don't know if that was the final date of the tour or what, where it gets its name, but this is a Pro Shot DVD-R of the concert, and it's the in-house feed kind of thing. If I can open this case, I'll give you another show. Great stuff. 0 solo songs, all Steely Dan. Now, of course, by this era, even by the 93, when they first got back, things aren't as rocking as they were back in the 70s. But actually, the guitarist they got playing on this show is pretty damn good. And even when, surprisingly, even when Walter Becker takes a solo, he sounds really good on this. He can be kind of boring on guitar to me, but he sounds good on this. And like I said, 20 songs, all Steely Dan. Cool hearing some choice cuts from Gaucho. I think they play the title track from Asia. This is a good one to throw on when you're not necessarily just sitting there watching. Maybe you've got some other things to do in the same room as the concert and have it blasting, because the sound quality is great too. Coming in at 17, this would be the lone documentary as far as I know. The Allman Brothers, Please Call Home, the Big House Years. Allman Brothers production from 2008. About the place they called home, I think it was 72 to 73, something like that. A couple of years, most of the band didn't really live here. It was bassist Barry Oakley who rented this place, but it was where everyone congregated, hung out, sort of revamped after tours, wrote songs. So it was a major, major hangout. The tour bus was parked here, kind of thing. Roadies hung here. People stayed there all the time, but never necessarily lived there. This was a great, fun revisit, because a lot of interviews with all the band members, roadies, road managers, all that kind of stuff. Great one by the band that I never remembered coming out back when it came in. I only heard of it this past year when I got it. Where are we at? 16 is Scorpions, Rockin' Rio. This is another bonus. Just like it says, 1985, Rockin' Rio. Now, I had Worldwide Live on video back in the day, and it was kind of unfulfilling to me, so this one finally lives up to what I think Scorpions are like live, which is awesome. This concert video is great. Pro shot. Picture's not fantastic. Maybe an 8 out of 10. And the sound is around the same. But just the energy of it feels like a real live show, unlike Worldwide Live with post-production stuff that even when I was 15, I was picking up that it wasn't really a live feel to that video. This one does feel live. Cool one there. At number 15, Pink Floyd, Divided We Fall. Live at Earl's Court in August 1980. This is 2 DVDRs and slight upgrade in quality from what I had before, but of course, we got this nice case and packaging and all that good stuff. So finally watched this all the way through after watching my old version, just disc 2 earlier this year. Sprung for the real deal and watched the whole thing. And man, what a great show. Got to admit, even comes with, wow, I forgot till I popped this open, even comes with the replica program. And man, Wall's a masterpiece. I don't necessarily think it's my favorite album, not even close, but I have to admit, it is fantastic. Coming in at number 14, the Eagles, New Zealand, 1995. Now, guys, I have to just clarify. This is not a ranking, worst to best, best to worst. This is just my favorites. And I have them ranked in order of what was my favorite to watch. Now, the reason for this one, I know this video has been out there since probably 1995, and I just never saw it. And I really wasn't overwhelmed by seeing the Eagles back in 95. As much as I loved them, I had to admit that concert had a lot of, deserved criticism, really, set list wise, and even performance wise to an extent. But, when it gets to be going on, 30 years, it's finally time to watch this whole concert again. Same set list as what I saw. And it was really kind of cool just reliving it all. And, not from my upper level Spectrum seat, but from the front row. What's pro shot from cameras that are right up against the stage. You do get a couple of crowd shots of the crowd getting absolutely drenched and poured on. I mean, it's almost unbelievable this show even happened. That's how bad it's raining here. But it was a really good time watching that show. And it's a pretty good concert. A couple songs that I thought I wouldn't like at all were pretty good. Still a fun listen. 14, the Eagles. Number 13. Now, we talked about that Long Island Sabbath DVD. That's coming up. But the other half of that, of course, was Blue Oyster Cult. I didn't really dig their performance on that. It's all right. It's not bad. But Long Island 1980, not Blue Oyster Cult's finest moment live on video. This is Landover 76. I'm pretty sure they just call this Live 1976, the official DVD and VHS release of this. So the bootleg market just calling it Landover 76. I'm fairly sure these are the same shows. but I'm not even 100% sure on that. But man, they just tear it up here. It's almost a shame it's not longer. And it's, what, 13 songs? You just want it to keep going. They're killing it here. Blue Oyster Cult rocks it. I think that was a bonus DVD R2 CDs that I got. At number 12, The Brothers. This was a tribute to the Allman Brothers Band with just J-Mo on drums. No Dickie Betts, unfortunately, but the rest of the Allman Brothers Band that was intact when Greg passed away. Live, their only show they did as a tribute show, Madison Square Garden, March 10th, 2020. I was so close to going to this show and I didn't, and it wasn't because of COVID. Him didn't hold on getting a ticket, and then I was working that day, and that was the end of that. I didn't ask for off, and I should have, and that kind of sunk me. But man, this show. It has a couple songs that are disappointing and not a big deal, and it's got 3 or 4 versions on here that are as good as any I've ever heard the band do. And I've got a lot of almonds, so this was a great video to get, and it's on Blu-ray, as you can see. So the picture's awesome. Really good time watching that one, and sort of getting that out of my system that I missed the show in a way. Coming in number 11. Now, I didn't realize this had been released officially by the band, so sometimes it's just how it goes. You're shopping on the bootleg sites, kind of don't necessarily think to go see if it's already out, but that's the case with this one as far as I can tell. Rainbow Theater 1972 for Yes. So this was a cheapy, $5 or $10 DVD-R. The band's already released it on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray, but apparently they all look the same as each other, and not very good. Not shot to be released. I'm not sure if it was shot for British television or what the deal was, but it's a fantastic concert. Never mind that the picture's not great. I think there might be an edit or two on some of these songs cut. It's just Yes at the top of the game, in my opinion. And I'm not a big Yes fan, but I know greatness when I see it. This is awesome. Totally loved watching that one. And coming from a non-big prog, big Yes guy, it's kind of saying something that a Yes video gets in my almost top 10, number 11. All right, I'm getting a little parched. I feel the coughing fit coming. Got to ward it off with more alcohol. I missed alcohol. All right, coming in at number 10. Just talking about it. Black Sabbath, Long Island, 1980. It does deserve this standalone. If you're asking that question, I used to think it didn't. It just totally does. It makes total sense. I used to think it didn't at all. Why would you want to chop up a concert film? Because it's Black Sabbath. That's why. And it's great. Full review was done earlier, a month or two ago. Go check that out. Love Sabbath. Number 9, Doobie Brothers, What a Sweet Feelings, the title that they gave this DVD-R. It's a concert from Houston, 1979. The last date on the tour, as far as I remember. And man, it's a great one. Just really nice seeing a full, complete concert, front to end, of the Doobies from the 70s. They have so many hour-long couple of soundstage performances that are an hour. There were, there's another concert from San Fran. It's 50 minutes out of a whole concert kind of thing. Here you go. Finally, a whole friggin' show. And it's really good. Of course, it's the Mike era, so if you don't like that, you probably won't like it. But I love the Mike era, so nothing wrong with this at all from me. In fact, it was just, I don't know. I'd have a hard time choosing between which era was better. Love them both. Great one there. Coming in, number 8. Steve Winwood, Austin City Limits, 2003. I taped this right off TV myself. My copy actually looks better, but it was just kind of cool to get this full-on, bootleg, but bootleg pro packaging for the show. Now, this one looks pretty good. I shouldn't complain about it, but mine does look a hair better. So, just a great album. He was touring at the time, called About Time, I believe. Wilfredo Reyes Jr. on drums, percussion, and Jose Nito on guitar. Man, they just sound great. And the songs on here, of course, Steve's back on the Hammond B3. Just a real throwback sound, almost like a Traffic sound. A little bit of a Latin flavor, Traffic sound going on. And it's awesome. I love it. Coming in at number 7 now, I hemmed and hawed about getting this. It was in Disc Japan's bargain bin, and I probably waited 3 or 4 months, finally pulled the trigger for this $7 Silver Press Who concert. San Diego, 1982, called Mission Valley Rock. And this turns out to be, as you can see at number 7, one of my favorites of the year. Not sure why I waited on pulling the trigger on this, because it's great. Pro shot in-house thing. You even get 5 or 10 minutes before the show, backstage, or back behind the stage, I should say. You see the band pull up, run up the stairs into the event. And I think at the end, you get to see them run off too. But just a really cool, great show. Pretty much the same set list as they did for the whole tour. Kind of a greatest hits, you know, supposed to be a final tour, right? I mean, it's such a shame they never toured again. Man, what a drag. Number 6, Black Sabbath. Did a kind of a review on this, one of our Sabbath episodes. King of Terror, Pittsburgh, 1999. Another in-house pro shop, pro sounding show from the reunion tour. And man, just awesome. Another, just like the Eagles, sort of a relive from a show. And, you know, the official video doesn't do it justice compared to this. This is just like being at the show. You know, none of the edits, no interviews, just the concert. And man, it's a great one. Black Sabbath at 6, appropriately enough. Number 5, AC/DC, London, 1977. We're at the Golders Green Hippodrome. And man, what a great show. There was 2 shows that I taped off of VH1 Classic 15 years ago. I was hoping this was this one, and it is. I think the other one's Rock Go to College. Still have to track that down. That's 78. This is the 77 show that I always thought was a little bit cooler. Just great. 7 tunes. Angus just tears it up, man. I have to admit, I only thought he was just an okay guitarist before I saw this and that other video from 78. He really can play. Man. Great Bon Scott era stuff. Fantastic show. Angus up in the balcony, jamming in front of people, jamming right in people's faces who don't even want to hear it. Does it anyway. Greatness. There you go. Various artists on this one. Number 4, Dortmund Heavy Metal Festival. 7 of the bands that were at this show. Germany, November of 83. Basically, just about at the peak of the heavy metal era, right? You got 7 songs from Iron Maiden, Scorpions, Judas Priest, Def Leppard, Ozzy, Quiet Riot, Crocus, and the Michael Schenker Group. 2 DVDRs for this whole concert. Hard to pick one. Really only probably Crocus was the only sort of, I guess you'd say, letdown here. Quiet Riot was pretty good. MSG's pretty good. Every other band was really, really good on here. Man, great, great show. Coming in at 4. Number 3, Aerosmith, Houston, 1977, Upgrade. The band released this themselves on their own website. But only 59 minutes is what you get here as an upgrade. The older video was actually 80-some minutes, so I kept that around just in case. But it does look so much better than that older video that this is totally worth the money. Yeah, you're losing 3 songs, the jam songs, but you're getting like almost twice as good quality, really. And I used to think that this other copy that's in here was decent quality. It's like watchable. This is like perfect. So you just need it. I think I watched this thing 3 times. Great. And I'm kind of up to watching it again because it's been a few months. Aerosmith at number 3. Number 2, Van Halen, Monsters of Rock, 1984. Of course, I did a full review on this guy a month or 2 back. Go check that out. Now it's, you know, a lot of these songs, I think most of them are chopped. Some of them severely, others you get most of the song in there. But it is pro shot from right on the stage. Sound quality is pretty damn good for not being mixing board. Still sounds really good, but great to see live 1984 tour stuff from VH. I only had older stuff. Us Festival. I think I have Landover maybe, 82, something like that somewhere. So I still need to cut. There's a few other videos I never had. I know there's one from South America from 82 or 83. I never saw that one. I think there might even be 2 from South America, that Diver Down tour. And finally, number one, guys, and I haven't talked about it too much because I've been meaning to do a full review of it. So let's just get to it. Nick Mason, Saucerful of Secrets, Blu-ray. This is an official, obviously. Live at the Roundhouse. I think it was filmed in 2020 when they first did their first tour. And they ended up doing another tour too. And I never got to either of those. But at the very least, that's how I look at it. If I can't manage to get to a show, the least I can do is spring for their concert videos. Hopefully they deliver. This one does in spades. And you know what? I have to tell you. You have Nick on drums and three other guys. I think Guy Pratt, who has some Floyd history. I don't really know these other guys. Gary Kemp, Lee Harris, Dom Beckham. But you know what? This is the kind of thing where I called this, you know, honestly. If you go back and look in one of the old videos, I said this would be a video where a great, fantastic video production could make this better than seeing it live. And I saw some clips of these guys live on YouTube. A little underwhelming, you know, it really was. This video just looks fantastic. It just really does. Let me count the ways. First of all, I typically prefer raw, real, sort of minimalistic videos. I want them to be just genuinely live. But in this case, I really thought with mostly non-original members involved, who, by the way, give really good performances, that a high-quality sort of post-production would help this greatly, the situation out. And I really think it just kind of did. First of all, the camera work. There's never really, it's not over-edited. You get nice long shots of people. The camera's sort of drifting. You never feel bored at all by the camera work. And it's not those quick edits meant for people with no attention span. The light show is cool, but it doesn't sort of overwhelm the music or the band. It's just kind of there, and it gets emphasized when it should be emphasized, kind of thing. And music, it's faithful and yet sort of playful, I guess is the word. They throw in lines to other songs from the era by other bands sometimes. In the middle of the Floyd song they're doing, you'll hear some Who lyrics or some Kinks lyrics, you know? So it's really just kind of a laid back tribute sort of affair. They throw their own sort of twists and style here and there. They even throw in little parts of other Pink Floyd songs that aren't really necessarily in the set list here. Other older Floyd songs that aren't played here get 4 bars in the middle of another song. And that sort of stuff goes on the whole time. It really just keeps you interested. The crowd shots are good. You know, you got crowd shots from the crowd, like from the back of the crowd. Of course, and the camera's drifting side to side. And what's kind of cool, you never really even see a camera. And you know they're there. So they really did a clever job. I mean, you do see a few here and there. But, you know, for all the cameras that look like they were involved in shooting this thing, you don't really see a whole lot of cameras in the shots. So it is a first-class, top-notch production. Not overdone, it's not stealing the show from the music, but it just does what any kind of good music video should do. You know, just sort of make everything else around the music so interesting to look at that the music's just sort of put up a notch. At least that's how I feel. So I just really love the hell out of this video. You do get some interview segments after every like 3 songs, which are also kind of cool. They're not too long. They're a minute or two. They fill you in on the idea of the Saucerful of Secrets, sort of tribute to the old Floyd. The different members get their say and how it went rehearsing, why they chose the Roundhouse. Turns out it was one of Floyd's first places they played. Not very first, but first places they played that was big enough to go back and play now. Let's put it that way. The first places they played were tiny little rooms. So first sizable place they ever played. But you learn some interesting stuff on those interviews. They're not just thrown in there generic things. I'm a Floyd head and I learned some stuff. So wow, blown away by this. Guys, that's going to do it for now. I'll catch you all as soon as possible. Hopefully a bunch of videos coming your way. Hope you all doing well, having a good holiday. Cheers to y'all. Cheers to me for getting better, because I don't like being sick. It sucks. Catch you all later.